JJ the CPA here. We're going to talk about the number one reason for bankruptcy, which would be also the number one reason for home foreclosures. Okay, Google it. You'll find this to be a fact. Is disease, is disability. Okay, and the first thing you're going to think of is, yeah, it's terrible because it's never going to happen to me. I just feel like that's probably for the unwashed masses that don't take care of themselves. Wrong. It's also not for the person that just was unlucky enough to get in a car accident, right? So we're talking about cancer, migraines. You have a surgeon that now does this and they no longer can operate. You've got somebody that does some physical activity and they hurt their back and they're no longer able to do it, and they're not trained to necessarily do anything else. You take the small business owner that has one of their biggest clients that's relying on them, but they can't show up at work because they've got migraines or depression or etc. So guess what? Every single time you get an asset, what do? You go get insurance on it. You wouldn't even think twice about it. But why aren't you insuring yourself, your body? Disability income insurance. Do not fool around. Have disability income insurance on yourself so that if something happens to you, you're the ATM machine, I always say, at your house. If something happens to you, money's still coming in to pay bills. You won't have to go bankrupt. You won't have to have a home foreclosure, okay? So bottom line is stop resisting disability income insurance. And why am I saying this? I'm a CPA that works with clients, and I've worked with clients, some of them for 20 years, and I still get resistance from these clients on getting disability income insurance. So here's who you want to talk to, okay? So if you're listening right now, you're the breadwinner, not your decision. Same thing with life insurance. I want you to ask your loved one, your spouse, your partner, whoever's relying on you. If you're a single parent, I want you to ask your kid and say, hey, if something happens to me, it's going to be up to you to support what we're doing here, to get money to come in the door, because I refuse to spend a few dollars every month to get disability income insurance. I think it's a waste. I think I'm a superhero, right? It's not your decision. And same thing with life insurance. I want you to ask your spouse, your loved one, your partner. If you're a single parent, ask your kids and just go, listen, I don't want to buy any life insurance. But you know who's really you're buying it for? Your loved one. So ask them if you should go without life insurance. Ask them if they would rather have soccer cleats versus you spending a little bit on life insurance or disability income insurance. Because unless you're asking a 3-year-old doesn't even understand the question, anybody else is going to say, you're right, you do need to prioritize and have some disability income insurance on yourself and have a right amount of life insurance on yourself. I'm going to have some other videos that will talk about how to know how much, and it is simple, okay? Why am I acting that way? Because I feel passionate that you should, at the end of this video, Google, double check what I'm telling you, and get in touch with an insurance professional to get disability income insurance. And don't get the kind that only is if you're a quadriplegic and you can't move. If you got a migraine, my friends, you are disabled, you can't work, it's covered. You're getting treated for cancer, you can't work, okay? This isn't laid up in some cartoon and you're in a wheelchair all bandaged up and all you can do is drink through a straw. That's not what I'm talking about. All right, hey, I love you. That's why I'm passionate about this. So here's what I want you to do. Click subscribe to my videos on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. Well, here's the bottom line. You need to subscribe to my videos, right? I've given you valuable information here. I appreciate you tuning in, but here's what I need you to do. A favor, click subscribe, check out my other videos, and then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.